Hi, everyone. This is Anastasia. Sorry, I'm just hopping over. I want to just make sure that I am live. Okay, live on Facebook. That's the goal. That's the point. So, um, I've been feeling called to share some information with you, um, and hopefully this will help some of you. And as part of this little share, I'm going to be tapping. I'm going to be tapping with you all for peace, just so you know that that's sort of the theme of the share today. Tapping for peace, and I'm going to be also using frequency numbers for tapping. So I'm going to be sharing that with you. And in fact, what I might do after I finish this, because I did want to share some things, I might do another really, really quick video where I just do the tapping sequence for people. So if they don't want to, listen to the information in the share, then they can just do the tapping. So I don't know if you all can feel some stressful energies, stressful times. We are living in stressful times. Um, I would say for me, I can really only speak for me. For me, because we're almost 4 years into whatever you want to call what we're into. um, there's so many words, of course: pandemic, orchestrated chaos, the Great Awakening. There's a lot, you know, there's a lot, but there is a lot going on for people now. I think there always is, to be quite honest. There always is a lot of things going on for people. We have a lot that we're juggling: our personal lives, our work, our families, relationships, hobbies. I mean, you name it, whatever's on your plate. It really is it's a juggling act. And I'm not, I'm not successful. I'm not going to say that I can juggle all the balls and keep them all in the air and everything works out perfectly. On the other hand, it works out the way it's supposed to, and it is perfect in its own way. But just so you know, um, I think in this point in time, we're being asked to juggle way more than I think we ever have. Um, there's tech stuff to keep up. There's your phones, there's email, there's the household, there's cooking. There's so much going on. So also, this is the time of year where it's fall in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, yay for you! You're heading into spring and summer. I'm envious. But here we're slowing down. It's fall or autumn. The leaves are falling. They're turning colors. They're falling. In traditional Chinese medicine, and I'm not an expert in this by any means, but this is the time of year where people focus on the lungs. In the fall is where you focus on the lungs. It's for everyone. It's just what happens, and it's about breathing deeply. The lungs also hold grief for humans. It can hold grief there. It doesn't mean that that's the only place in the body that we hold grief, but the lungs is one of the main places. So if you are feeling any sort of grief or heaviness, this is the season that we're in. It's kind of perfect because the seasons allow us to slow down from the busy spring summer energy. And now we're being asked to let go and release. Again, I'm going to reference the trees. They're turning colors, their leaves are dropping, and they're just being asked to let go. You don't need your leaves right now. We're going into winter. You're going to hibernate. We're not sending the energy up. into the leaves. We're sending the energy down deep into our root system. So that's what we're asked to do. And I used to love fall as a kid. Absolutely love it. I used to remember walking and shuffling through all the piles of leaves and like creating mounds of leaves and diving into them. And I loved the crispness in the air, and we'd go apple picking and all of that jazz. I think now it's a little different for me now, because to me, fall signifies winter. And truth be told, I'm suited for like a warmer climate than where I am right now. So to me, fall is like, oh, here comes winter, here comes the cold, here comes less time that I can be outdoors in the sunshine and being in the garden and being at the beach. And if anyone is here and wants to say hi, I'd love to. Feel free to leave a comment now or later if you watch the replay. So yeah, fall. It is the time of slowing down. And as I said, one of the things this season affords us the opportunity is to let go of what no longer is serving us. And it may bring up issues of loss, things that we've lost, things that we're in the process of losing. It may bring up old grief. And as we get closer into the holiday season, the energy picks up. It becomes more frenzied and chaotic with buying gifts and juggling, again, work-life balance, family, all of the things that we do as humans, buying gifts and going to parties and celebrating. And then we look forward to it, and then we're exhausted and we're just so happy that it's over. And we kind of get a little break and get to like kind of push the reset button in January. So if this is speaking to you, if this is something that you experience year in and year out, just know this is a wonderful time to let go. Excuse me. And if you can allow yourself to gently work with the seasons in allowing you to do that. And if that is about looking at some old grief and old sadness and losses, then, I invite you to look into that. And if I can support you in any way with the work that I do, please feel free to reach out. I will, in the comments after, put in some links because we're going to be tapping today. I'm going to put in some links for some workshops that I did on tapping that are pre-recorded, so they're not live, and you can purchase them and learn to tap with me, learn how to do it, and just have those recordings for you when you need. And one is on, the first one is that I did last December, I believe it was last December, and it was about holiday blues, sadness, depression that people go through around, the holidays. And we're in holiday season right now. And the second one is on abundance and using tapping to bring in more of what you want. The focus, interestingly enough, about that recording, in that recording, there is somebody that was part of the class, so she's on camera. We tapped a lot on self-love. So even though it is labeled tapping for abundance, and you can use that for whatever abundance means to you, there's a whole section in there on tapping for self-love. So again, kind of speaks to the time of season that we're in about if you're able to do some self-care, this is a wonderful time. So that workshop and that recording may be of interest to you, and you can check that out. So in the past week or so, I've been talking to some folks and listening and reading where people are at on Facebook, and also tuning into what I've been feeling. And it is very stressful. We're in stressful times. I say this a lot, and a lot of people say this, there's a lot going on in the world. And what I mean is there's a lot going on politically or geopolitically that affects all of us. And we're kind of pulled into that, whether we want to be or not. So, and I did a post today about my thoughts on the current situation and war in general. And if you want to check that out, you're more than welcome to do that. So in listening to some people's struggles and my own struggle, in September, I was in a really, really, really dark place. And it was very painful. So, and I wanted not to be here. I was like so tired and I didn't feel supported. And I am hearing that from various, people and groups, is that, where's the support? I'm not feeling heard. I'm not feeling seen. I'm not feeling loved. I don't feel like I matter. And that's where I was in September. I really didn't feel like I mattered and that anyone would care if I was around or not. And it makes me sad now to think about that. And I went through it. So I went through the sadness and it was very deep. And I've been in that place before, but this was like, man, did I go really deep. I was in the depths this time. It was a hard place to be. And as hard as it was, I mustered up the voice and the courage to reach out to some folks that helped me and that like literally reached their hand out and lifted me up. And I'm forever grateful for them. But I wanted to share that with you all because at different times in our lives, there are different things that happen and we feel disconnected from each other. We feel disconnected from the groups that we belong to, from our tribe. We feel disconnected from source, our creator, and we feel disconnected from ourselves. I felt disconnected. I couldn't latch on to something that made me feel good. I was like, dag, I can't, there's nothing here that feels good. There's nothing here that is holding me to this place. So if that is any of you out there listening to this, I see you and I hear you and I'm sending you so much love. Because it's not easy sometimes. And sometimes what we need is for somebody to reach their hand out and just say, hey, I see you. I love you. You're important. You matter. You matter. You matter to me. You matter to a lot of people. And sometimes we don't feel that. So anyway, a couple of different topics here in my share. And also speaking to those folks that might be in that place, I feel now like I'm riding this gigantic wave that's like never ending. So some days there's really high highs and some days there are really, really low lows. And sometimes I'm in the middle and sometimes I just have to disconnect and get off the wave just for self-care, and know that that is normal. That the waves that we feel, the emotions, the thoughts, they're not us. We feel emotions, but we are not our emotions. So if we feel sad, it means we're not sad, meaning in the bigger sense. Just because we feel it, we can't like attach to it and say, I'm just a sad person. No, we're feeling sad in the moment. We're going through a period of sadness. We're going through a period of loss. It's just important to be careful to not associate what you're thinking and feeling with making that who you are, making that your identity, because that's not true. So back to the stressful times, back to that topic. I have some notes here. I wrote down the frog in the pot. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard this analogy and some maybe haven't, but imagine, just imagine, not that this is not really going to happen, but imagine you put a frog in a pot and you turn the stove on and it's low. So the frog is in like comfortable water And as the water starts to heat up, the frog starts to boil. But the frog doesn't know what's going on because it's such a gradual process. The boiling is it happens so gradually. So these are the times we're in, I think, guys, where the pot's been simmering for a while. Maybe you're feeling the heat. Maybe you're feeling the intensity. Maybe that lid's about ready to pop off, or maybe it's popped off because the water's boiled and you feel like you're in the pot. And it's the times we're living in. And it's about learning techniques and strategies and coping mechanisms to help us navigate through this time. Because, I don't want to say it's going to get worse because I don't want to put that out there, but it may get a little harder before the pressure is taken off. And you, as the frog, can just jump out of the pot whenever you fucking want to. Just get out of the pot if you want to. All right? If you know it's boiling, or if you start to sense that it's boiling. So I wanted to, I know it's easier said than done, but that's an option. Just jump out of that pot. So what I wanted to tap on today is peace. I want to share some techniques so we can tap with the intention of peace. I'm going to do a really like a mini version of tapping for peace. And then I'm going to tap with numbers that can help to also bring that in for you if that is something you want to tap on. So very stressful times where we're riding the wave. If you are needing self-care and are able to take some time for yourself, please do so. If you need to reach out to a friend, please do so. If you're in a position where you can reach out to other people, if you know they're going through a difficult time, or maybe you're just reaching out just because you care about somebody and you love them. I think that we could all use the support in some way or another. All of us could use some support. So let's start tapping for peace. And I'm going to start with, we're going to do the karate chop points. So it's like the edge of your pinky, edge of your palm. Imagine karate chopping a board. So we're going to tap on the karate chop points. Just take both your hands and tap like this. And let's see, what am I going to say? Even though I'm feeling stressed out and not as peaceful as I'd like, I take a deep breath and invite peace into my heart. Even though things feel really stressful right now, I'm going to just take a moment and slow down and center and ground myself and start to invite peace into my heart. Even though I'm feeling anxious, my desire is for peace. Okay, so this is a quick, just a abbreviated version of tapping. We're going to tap on the top of our head. We're going to tap on the side of the eyebrow. And you can use both hands if you'd like, or you can just use one. So just follow your eyebrow to the end where the bone is and tap there. We'll tap under the eyes. So again, cheekbone, and then tap in the chest. Okay? And you just follow along with me. So even though things feel stressful, even though life feels stressful, I want peace. Okay, and then side of the eye. I choose peace. Under the eyes. I invite peace. Your chest area. I breathe in peace. Top of the head. Even though I'm calling in peace, I want peace. I'm not feeling it right now, but that's okay. Side of the eyes. I know I have felt peace before. I know it is possible. Under the eyes. I know I can get back to balance. I know I can feel peace again. Chest. I'm grateful for all the times that I have felt peace before. Breathing in and breathing out as you need to, and we'll do it one more time. So top of the head. I want to feel more ease and peace. Side of the eye. I desire peace. Under the eye. I deserve peace. And the chest. I'm worthy of peace. I'm worthy of peace. And then we go back to the karate chop points, and we'll just say a couple more phrases here. So even though I'm feeling a little anxious and I'd like to feel more peaceful, I allow myself to feel exactly what I'm feeling. Even though I'm feeling a little anxious, I'm choosing to invite peace into my life and into my heart. Even though times can feel stressful, I actively choose peace. And then if you just want to take your hands and put them over your heart, take a nice deep breath in and out. And release. And see how you feel. See if there was anything that shifted for you. See if you feel different in your body. See if you feel different emotionally. See if you feel a little more clear mentally. Just kind of tune in. I forgot to mention that prior to tapping, it's always a nice idea to just, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, see what your stress level is. If you're working on pain or discomfort in your body, just again, 0 to 10, how much discomfort or pain am I in? And then do that at the end. So you want to kind of check in before and check in after, just to see if anything's shifted and changed. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video here, and then I'll come back and I'll do a quick video tapping again, tapping with the frequency numbers, and that's going to be for peace. And this is really beautiful. It's for peace, for divine peace, and to fill your heart and affect the auras of those around you with the essence of peace. So I just don't want this to be too long of a video, so I'm going to end it here. I'll do another quick short one on tapping with frequency numbers. You can check that one out. And thanks for joining me. If you have any comments, or if you want to share anything or questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. And I hope you have a blessed day and a peaceful day.